We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. What y'all think about that for a jingle for the show? Y'all welcome back, man. I'm Van. We are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for pulling up and clicking the play button. Hopefully you hit that like button as well. That's the only price of admission for our live streams is to simply hit the like button. Shout out to all of my blues who pulled up to help me out today. And shout out to one person who's not a blue, who was the very first person inside the chat today, who's excited that they can post all of their messages inside the chat with the microphone on their phone. This is the very first time that they've figured out that they can use the microphone to post texts or chats directly to the group, and that is Sergeant Sweet Tea. What's up, Nanny's Take on the World? Lisa Marie, Sweet Angel. What's up, guys? Y'all let me know where y'all watching from this morning. If you're watching from your home, if you're at work, if you're driving and you're listening, you know what I mean? Like Smooth Grooves or something like that. You got me coming through the speakers. But make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you share this video if you, just work with me here. All right? Work with me. We're trying to figure some things out. We're working some things out. But make sure that the first thing that you do when you pull up is hit that like button. All right, let's go and jump into it. I am pissed. I am pissed, man. The daggone Lakers, y'all suck. The Lakers y'all are terrible, bro. Y'all are horrible. Horrible. LeBron, retire, bro. You're 40. You've done an amazing job. You've been playing forever. You got all the accolades. You done played in more games than anybody in the NBA history, bro. Retire. And for anybody that know me, you know that we rock with LeBron James in this house. As far as how he played on the court, how he's built his career, how he made sure all of his friends was in powerful positions where they can make money and take care of their family and friends. You know what I mean? How they can help recruit other players and take care of them when they are of age. LeBron has done a lot with regard to his community and everything. The dude even got his own school. Are they doing well? Are they performing high? No, they're not. They're in the blue city. We already know how that go. They don't care about education as much as we want them to care about education. But back to basketball, bro. You've done it all. You've done it all. You have nothing else to prove. You even got your son into the NBA. Bronny James, who averaged like 4 points in college. You still got him in the NBA, bro. But my nigga, it's time for you to leave. I was pissed watching the game last night. You and Luka Doncic was missing every damn shot that y'all put out there. Got to the point where you just stopped shooting threes. You said, you know what? I ain't shooting another three. I'm giving up on threes. Luka sucks on defense. The guy is an up-and-coming monster. And he's only, 25 years old, 25, 26? But y'all whole dynamic suck. It's horrible. In game 4 as a matter of fact, y'all was a 3 seed playing against a 6 seed. Everyone thought that y'all was going to sweep them, wipe them off the daggone map. Everyone thought that. But Anthony Edwards, the youngest kid that was on the daggone Olympic squad, He fired y'all up. And he barely even scored last night. I think he went 0 for 11 from 3 and was still able to take y'all up out of here. Y'all was embarrassing last night. As a matter of fact, I was pissed off that the game was in LA. You would think that I am a California citizen. I mean, a California, what you call it, native or whatever you call it. I'm not from Cali. I'm from DC. But my son, he always, shout out to LFI JoJo. My son always liked LeBron James. He even had a huge fake life-size poster on his wall in our other home. And I think the poster is still there. And he used to play basketball too. So I encourage that. And we backed LeBron James and the Lakers. Bruh, y'all looked horrible last night. Bron, you looked old as hell. Ain't nowhere in the world y'all let that suck-ass dude, the French guy that gave everybody COVID in the NBA, y'all let him get off? This dude had the highest score in the playoffs that he's ever had in his life. In this game, y'all should have been playing harder than ever because y'all knew that if you didn't win, you was going to be kicked out. Whatever happened to the Lakers in 5 thing? When Shannon Sharp was talking about all these different little sayings that he's saying, didn't he say Lakers in 5? Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5 my ass, man. Y'all done got kicked out of the first round 2 years in a row. And the last championship that y'all won was in the bubble. At the end of the day, man, I'm a little pissed off right now. I don't know if y'all know that, but I'm a little upset. Rui Hachimura was the only person that was solid last night. Rui Hachimura was the only one that was knocking down his threes last night. Reeves, our extremely talented white boy, that's a point guard. He's a shooting guard. The dude could play D and all that. Bruh, you flaked in the playoffs. You sucked the entire playoffs. This dude is nasty. When I tell y'all that Reeves is nasty, because back in the day, and the only reason why I pointed out white boy is because back in the day, this was like black people was taking over the sport. Black people was killing it. So whenever there was a white boy playing that was a killer, they got acknowledged. You know, like the Larry Birds. You know what I mean? But Reeves, you was horrible, bro. Horrible. They should have kept your ass on the bench. They should have kept Bron on the bench too. Unfortunately, they didn't have any answers. Bron was still on point when it came to taking it to the rack. Bron was dunking. I think last night Bron had more dunks than he had all season. But he had to dunk the ball because he wasn't making it from anywhere else. All of his short jumpers was short. All of his threes was bricks. Skip Bayless should have been announcing the game last night when he called you Lil Brick. Yeah, he should have been right there to call you Lil Brick and point at you and laugh at you. And then you got the nerve to get excited when you go past somebody that's a no-name dude that barely even have a contract from the Timberwolves. You go past him and dunk. Then you want to point at Kyrie on the sideline like you doing something. Bruh, that was horrible. You played like you had absolutely no pride for the game last night, and you should not be proud of yourself. And JJ Redick, bro, I was excited when they brought you to the coaching staff, made you the head coach of the organization. But you coached scared. You was a scared coach. You want to know what a scared coach is? A scared coach will go 2 quarters, the third and fourth quarter in game 4, and not substitute anybody. Just play their entire starting 5 the whole 2 last quarters. And if anybody ever played sports before, you know you need to rest. You need to give these guys enough time to rest their daggone legs. Give them enough time to sit down and focus on what's going on. They need to see the game play out from the sidelines sometimes, from the bench sometimes. And I know that LeBron is the biggest player on the team, but come on, bro. You bench him too. If he's not playing right, bench him. So now y'all out by Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards going around bragging now. Bragging and dancing. Talking about he done took the king off the board. Man, y'all was embarrassing last night, bro. I can't believe that I waited that daggone long. I'm up late a damn night watching basketball, not getting paid a dime from all the millions y'all make on them contracts, making way too much damn money. I can't speak for the NBA. I don't know how much money y'all bring to the NBA, but from what I'm seeing as a basketball fan, it was trash. Trash. And what's wild is the Timberwolves didn't even play well last night. The Timberwolves did not play well last night. Their best shooter, their best player, he was subpar. And then y'all had wide open threes from the corner. Corner threes are the easiest threes to hit. Don't know if y'all know that or not, but corner threes are the easiest threes to hit. They was wide open. Only thing they had to do was drive to the basket, collapse the defense, and kick it out to the corner to whoever's open. Usually it's Rui or Reeves or even Bron. And guess what? Brick. Horrible, man. What was y'all stressed out that Shannon Sharpe is going through some things right now? Being that Shannon Sharpe is one of the biggest LA Lakers fans, well, LeBron James fans in the world. Y'all did a piss poor job. Bron, all that flopping, bro. You 6'7", 265 pounds. Not 265, but you a big dude, bro. The biggest on the floor. And every time somebody brush up against your knee, you fall on. I was like, man, this dude look gay as hell. Every time you got a flop in the first quarter. I swear to goodness, man. And when people have that conversation about who's the GOAT, I usually get in it. I'm dropping stats. I'm like, who else can do this? Who else do this? Do this. Yeah, Bron. That's right. Nobody else did it. Bron. Then y'all play against the Timberwolves, who's a 6 seed, and y'all a 3 seed. They barely even made it to the playoffs. Everyone had y'all winning. And they washed y'all. Washed. It was embarrassing. Y'all should be embarrassed. Bronny James should go an entire week and not even acknowledge you as his father. He should just call you Bron. Hey, Bronny, come take out the trash. What'd you say, Bron? I'm sorry, what? What'd you call me? I said, what did you say, Bron? I'm not calling you dad for a week. You horrible on the floor, or you horrible on the court, bro. Don't get it twisted. LeBron is still an amazing player, man. But this year, you sucked balls, you sucked ass, you sucked everything. Lakers in 5, my ass. You was horrible, bro. He's 6'9", 260. And you let Rudy Gobert? Rudy Gobert? Rudy Gobert? This dude had like a high double-double. I'm talking about a high double-double, like 27 points, 20 rebounds. And he was doing it to everybody. See, that's y'all problem. These teams think that they can stack their squad with superstars and that will win a chip. It don't work that way. It don't work that way, man. That's why Oklahoma is the number 1 team in the league right now in the West. That's why Cleveland is the number 1 team in the league on the East. Ain't about the superstars no more. It's about people who are actually out there getting a balling as a team. And y'all made it about Bron. Y'all made it about Luka. Y'all made it about JJ Redick. And was wrong each time. Luka can give you some highlights. but he can't win you no games. He wasn't doing it with the Dallas Mavericks. Why in the hell you thought he was going to do it for LA? JJ Redick and LeBron James started a podcast together, and then somebody was offered a job as the head coach. Make that make sense. Wasn't nobody on that since the very first started, man. It's y'all was horrible. I can't wait to see Stephen A. light your ass up later on. Everything you get today from ESPN, from NBA Online, from all of these sports podcasts that are going to sound off today, you deserve every bit of it. And I'm talking to LeBron James. Don't you ever compare yourself to Michael Jeffrey Jordan again. And I don't even like Michael Jordan. I don't like Michael Jordan. Something's off with Michael Jordan. Like it's something just off with that brother. His spirit, his vibe is just not there. He just seems like a money-hungry billionaire who don't like anybody and should nobody like him. He's just something about Michael Jordan I just don't like. I'm just letting you know. And I'm one of them people that never was a big Michael Jordan fan. I still respected him. You know, I still love this game, his play. I think that he's an amazing guy. But come on, man. Oh, man. LeBron, you blew me last night, bro. You got on my goddamn nerves. And I'm pissed off. Highly upset. On my daggone nerves. Sergeant Sweet Tea, here's a super chat for some of that money you lost last night. I ain't lose no money, man. I ain't about to bet on these brothers. I ain't about to bet no money on none of these people. Why? Because I just don't bet on sports. I don't. And I know enough to bet, but I'm not going to bet, bro. I'm not going to bet. They have no answer. They had no answer for a good point guard. How in the hell you plan on competing in the NBA championships, in the playoffs? How do you think you're going to go far in the playoffs if you have no answer for a good point guard, somebody who can actually move the ball and pass the rock and shoot when they're open? You have no answer. Y'all suck. Y'all saw how essential Vanderbilt was last night on defense, but you didn't play him the whole game in game 4. Y'all have a big young guy who has been doing amazingly this entire season, and y'all benched him for the last 2 games in the playoffs. Make that make sense. That's because JJ Redick ass was coaching scared. For anybody, and let me know in the comments if you've ever coached a team before. I've coached. When you coach scared, the team will play scared. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. When you coach scared, the team plays scared. And JJ Redick coached scared. And nobody called out Bron. Nobody. It's like we can't talk about the crew chief or he going to get us kicked off the daggone team. I can't tell you to get back on defense. I can't tell you to stop flopping. I can't tell you to shoot the damn shot instead of waiting for the last 2 seconds to try to find a random player that's open and throw them a grenade. Because that's what it is. When the team don't run a play and you let Luka bounce the ball for 10 seconds and then he passes to Bron and Bron bounced the ball for 8 seconds, 3 seconds left, and you're not getting nowhere past Julius Randle. And you got to hurry up and pass it to somebody so they can make something out of it. This is your team. You want to be called the GOAT. You're supposed to make something happen. Work on your dribbling drills. Work on your handling. You looked horrible last night, bro. You had no bag whatsoever. Anybody on the Timberwolves came up to you, stood in front of you, clapped their hands, and let you know that I'm ready for defense. You couldn't do nothing with them. It was BS, bro. It was BS. I didn't like it last night, and the only thing good came from the game last night was my ability to do some push-ups while I was watching it. I was able to work out in peace on my floor while my wife laid up in the bed and I'm doing push-ups while I'm watching the game. You ruined LeBron James and the Lakers. You ruined the first hour of my wife's sleep last night because while she was trying to sleep, I'm yelling and cursing at the daggone screen and doing push-ups. Make no daggone sense. Make no daggone sense. Hey, Noreen. Shout out to Bowie, Maryland, man. Much love to Maryland. People don't know how amazing Maryland is. Hey, Noreen, tell these people. Everybody want to talk about New York, Chicago. Everybody want to talk about California and other places around the United States that are beautiful cities and states. They don't know about Maryland. They don't know about Maryland. Maryland is on point. Maryland is doing some things. Maryland got some spots in it that's like, whoa, this looks like Jesus. We still in Maryland? All right, guys, let's go to some real news, man. Let's see. What's the first thing I want to share with you all? I'm done fussing, man. Make sure you hit the like button, guys. If you have not already, hit the like button. That will really help out the channel if you hit the like button. Thank y'all so much for the super chats, and thank you for pulling up with me so early in the morning so that we can share some things with each other. All right. And if you are one of my haters inside the chat, I don't have no haters. I just have people who disagree with me. And if you see somebody disagreeing with me in the chat, do not get all belligerent and disrespectful with them. You know what I mean? Have conversations. Show them how it's done. Show them that we're adults. We can have conversations. We can have disagreements, and we can move on. You show them that. You show them how LFR family do. All right. Show them how we do. All right. Okay. For the very first one I want to check out is this big chick, this big broad, big back lady moved to Ghana. She moved to Ghana, Africa. And the only reason why this right here is on my radar is because the Harsh twins checked it out. And when I saw it, I was like, this is absolutely hilarious. I got to show this to you guys. Not the Harsh twins, but this video right here. This lady right here, this lady went to Ghana because she said that the United States was racist. So because Trump won. So she moved to Ghana, thinking that it was going to be better. Bruh, y'all got to hear this. Hit the like button, guys. We have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. As you can clearly see, we're going to talk about Kamala is back on the scene. We're going to talk about how there was a hazing that went crazy wrong, a Lacrosse hazing, high school hazing, and a lot of arrests was made. We're going to talk about Caysen Allison, that whole case, and how people are comparing that with the Carmelo Anthony thing. It's not comparable, but we're still going to talk about it. Again, guys, I don't run from no smoke. We're going to talk about how the GOP protects Trump's tariffs. And we're going to there's a couple of things. We're going to talk about how the conservatives forced CNN to cut to a commercial. They can't handle when somebody's on their panel and can communicate intelligently, communicate with facts and not feelings. Like, I'm not here with emotions. I'm here with actual facts. Oh, y'all don't want to hear that? My bad. Let me back off. Somebody, y'all can go ahead and cut off my mic. All right, so let's go into our first story. Big bag, big bag, big bag, big bag. Let's go. Hit the like button, gang.
But y'all, I'd rather go back to America and deal with the racism in America before I sit here in Africa and deal with the bullshit bribery, the bullshit fraud, the bullshit scams, the bullshit too expensive, the bullshit not having no snacks.
What? Wait. She said, I don't want to deal with the BS too expensive, the BS not having no snacks. What? Are you saying that you leaving Ghana because they ain't got no snacks? Baby D is mad because they ain't got no snacks. Baby D is pissed off because Ghana ain't got no snacks. I'm sorry. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Baby D said they ain't got no snacks in this joint, man. I'm out. And now my internet is interneting. Come on, internet. Don't do this to me, baby. Don't do this to me, baby.
Fraud, the bullshit fraud, the bullshit scams, the bullshit too expensive, the bullshit not having no snack, the bullshit not having no food, the bullshit electricity, the bullshit hot water, the bullshit what's that shit called that be coming down? The bullshit animals, it's scorpions outside the house, it's big ass spiders, it's big ass lizards, colorful lizards you ain't never seen before.
Yo, and she's not done yet, but I listen, I needed this right here, especially after thinking about LeBron James and daggone Lakers sucking. Y'all are horrible. Give me something to brag about. This lady is pissed off because Ghana don't have no electricity. They give you 2 hours of electricity per day. And they have no snacks. And they have lizards. And she's out of it all. She's big back. All right, let's go. I ain't going to interrupt.
What's that shit called that be coming down? The bullshit animals, it's scorpions outside the house, it's big ass spiders, it's big ass lizards, colorful lizards you ain't never seen before, all in the fucking room with you, sleeping with you. All the bullshit people trying to scam you when you go outside thinking you rich, so they trying to get more money off of you. I'm really trying to wrap my head around this shit. I'm really trying to wrap my head around how are Americans coming to Africa and being happy. Please comment down below, because for me, I'm ready to go. And I always used to say, if it's up to me, it will be. And I'm going to go out to Africa and make shit happen. No, I don't want to. I want to take my businesses back to America. I want to open up shop back in America, open up my dentist office and all the stuff that I was going to do out here in America. Steady electricity. And the only time our electricity get cut off is when we don't pay the bill. And we got it so good now, we got prepaid electricity. So if we forget to pay the bill, we put some money on that prepaid thing and it comes right back on in 2 minutes. In less than 2 minutes. This shit right here didn't come on.
How does she just always look tired and hungry. And no, I'm not bashing for her being a big back at all. Big boned, heavily structured, however you want to say it. I'm not bashing her for that, because I look up to people who are a little heavy set, because I've never been able to gain weight. I've always been a slim guy. Like my wife would tell you, one year, every single night for like 8 months, I ate ice cream every night before going to sleep. Big old pints of ice cream. I was really trying to gain some weight. So when I see another big back, I respect it. You know what I mean? She's built for tough. When they're talking about the 100 men against the gorilla, they never considered a couple of these women right here, big backs. Can we replace a couple of the men with some big backs? We never had that conversation before. So I ain't got no issue with her for that. But here's the thing. She said she got an issue with going outside and being scammed by Africans who think that she's rich. Well, here's the thing, baby girl. They think you're rich because you are in comparison to them. Silly. You're an American. You came from the land of opportunity. You've positioned yourself financially. You're good. In comparison to them, you got it and they don't. And she still want to say, I'm leaving this rich, I'm leaving this racist country to come to Ghana. And what she's realizing is they're worse. And it's not as clean. And there's lizards all over the place. And they ain't got no snacks. You went all the way over there to find out that they ain't got one Rice Krispie treat. They ain't got one oatmeal cream pie for you, and you are pissed. You tried to call ahead of time and see if they had some ginger snaps, and nobody answered the phone. And you went anyway. You went anyway. They had no hot chips. They had no honey buns, no Suzy Q's, no Slim Jims, no Chico sticks, no lollipops, no bubble gum. You couldn't find one funnel cake. One funnel cake. All you came to Ghana for was a funnel cake. And you couldn't find one? They ain't had no corn dogs, no nothing? I know they got bacon. I can look in your face right now. I can look in your eyes and I can tell that you ain't going nowhere that ain't got no bacon. That's a non-negotiable. How come every time you go to Ghana, you in the kitchen, drinking all the Kool-Aid, eating up all the food, all the pig feet, all the hog maw. Now she pissed because she know that when she come back, she going to Sizzlers. She going to Pizza Hut, getting her some breadsticks. She going to Taco Bell. She going to McDonald's. Get her some daggone sweet and sour sauce and some nuggets and some fries and a toy. You know she gonna get a toy. She's the type of person that when she leave the driveway and she's 2 miles down the road and she realized they ain't put no toy in her bag, she turning around. She is pissed. A lot of us, we go to these countries and we need to pack up our stuff, get rid of our apartment, sell our house, liquidate all of the stuff that we sell, all the stuff that we don't want to have. And then we go to another country thinking that it's about to be amazing. And then realize, bro, after a week, I'm ready to go. Think about who we are as Americans. We visit other countries for a week and we stay in the best part of these countries on a resort, all inclusive. This is how Americans roll. And then when we're done, we take our ass back to America and enjoy our life. And we realize every day is a vacation for us in comparison to these other places that we visit. All of the Black people, white people, Hispanic people, Asian people that claim that America is so racist, how come we can't stay in these countries? We go to the most bourgeois parts of these countries and we stay there for a week in their all-inclusive resorts, eating whatever we want to eat, drinking whatever we want to drink in the middle of the night. 3 o'clock in the morning, we are at the tiki bar by the pool in these daggone third world countries. And then we are back home enjoying our life in the lap of luxury. But now you pissed off because Ghana ain't got no sprinkles to put on your ice cream. And they only got one flavor. You mad because the only flavor they got is butter pecan. I could have told you that. I'm Black. I know what flavors they got in Africa. Ask me. Go ahead, ask me, and I'm going to answer. What flavors they got in Africa? Well, I'm glad you asked. Butter pecan. And that's it. And now you pissed off because it's lizards running around your daggone house and you ain't got no electricity and no snacks. I bet if somebody ran that bad boy with an oatmeal cream pie, you'd be like, okay, I ain't moving nowhere. If somebody came and knocked on your door right now with a Chipotle bowl, I bet you'd be like, okay, guys, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. I was hangry. You need a Snickers, big girl. You need a Snickers. Somebody give this young lady a Kit Kat, she would be fine. I don't want you to come back. I want you to stay your ass wherever you go. Everybody who feel like that the grass is greener in another country, I don't want you coming back. I'm just letting you know that right now. Because if you call me and say, Van, I'm thinking about coming back, but before I come, I'm gonna need your blessing. What you think? Can I come back, brother? Can I come back, LFR? What you think, brother? I'll be like, no, but I will mail you some oatmeal cream pies. You just go ahead and deal with that butter pecan. How about that? Deal with butter pecan. Because that's all they got in Ghana is butter pecan.
Back on in 2 minutes. In less than 2 minutes. This shit right here didn't come on for 14 hours yesterday. I can't deal. I love the people. Don't get me wrong. When I'm outside, I'm having fun. I love the people. But when I come back to reality, when you come back home, home is where the heart is, right? When you come back home, you're supposed to feel comfortable. You're supposed to be happy. I'm not happy. To live in a house where you look outside and all you see is turkeys and ducks and chickens and sheep and old malnourished cows.
She said, you look out the window and all you see is turkeys, ducks, and chickens and sheep and malnourished cows. I bet she be looking out the windows, licking her chops. Just ready to tackle one of the chicken. Ready to chase one of them bad boys with a fork. I bet every time you look out the window, they be running. She looking at us again. Them daggone poor loose animals probably done filed so many charges. They probably done went to the daggone police department and filed. I'm trying to tell you, this lady she keeps harassing us. I think she's American. She keep on asking about different ice cream flavors other than butter pecan. We keep letting her know that that's all we got. She looking out the window at the malnourished cows, pissed off that the cows are malnourished. How pissed are you that you not malnourished? How about that one? You not malnourished. You the opposite of malnourished. You look up malnourished in the dictionary, you're going to see a picture of her like what? I'm not supposed to be here. Why are you looking at me? Opposite. On opposite day, you malnourished. How about that one? All right, guys. Clearly I'm going through something right now, man. The Lakers then put me in a rough spot. I promise you, I just want to choke the hell out of LeBron James. Just choke the hell out of him. Just smack the hell out of him. Smack the hell out of him. And did y'all hear the part two? Here's the thing, too. I'm about to get back into the news, guys. But this LeBron James, LA Lakers thing, them being knocked out in the very first round of playoffs, I'm not surprised because the LA Lakers look like trash all year. All year. And then they figure, oh, we got Luka Doncic now from the Dallas Mavericks. Oh, he is nice. He's going to give us like 30 points a game. All we need is his 30 points and LeBron's 30 points. We going to win everything. No, dummies, that's 60 points. We're going to need at least 100 in order to beat these teams that's going to score 98. Where the rest of the points going to come from? All right, let me move forward, man. I'm all over the place. Thank y'all so much for pulling up, man. Y'all are so dope. What we got going on over here? Shout out from Pittsburgh. Shout out to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Sending positive vibes your way. Thanks for making me laugh this morning, Thursday morning at work, man. Shout out to you. Thank you for being a blessing and for pulling up and for rocking with me early in the morning. Y'all are absolutely dope. Just make sure y'all hit that like button. That's the only price of admission for our live streams, is to simply hit the like button. I'm a little upset right now. I'm sorry, guys. Bear with me for a minute. Just bear with me for a minute. Just for a second. I'm a little pissed right now. Just a little pissed right now. But you know what can make me feel better? Yeah, you guessed it. You guessed it. The thing that can make me feel better is a little bit of Kamala. Kamala is back, baby. Yeah. Kamala is back. Yes, she is. She is back and better than ever. And she's letting y'all know that she ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. Kamala is back, and I feel great about this nation. All right? Yes, I do. Yes, I daggone do. How you doing, Kamala? Look at her just smiling. She's happy. She's glowing. She is so glad she didn't win. She is so glad that she don't have to fake like she knows politics anymore. She is so glad that she don't have to get asked very difficult questions like, have you ever been to the border? She is so glad that she don't have to fake like she's black anymore. Look at her smile, man. It's like, now I can be the Indian that I am. Now that I can be the Indian. Now I don't have to act black. Now I don't have to act black. I can be my regular Indian self. I don't have to be cosplaying black. I'm sorry, guys. That's just rude. I take that back. But y'all look at that face, though. Ladies, tell the truth. Ladies, don't lie. I want y'all to keep it a buck with me. Even if you don't vote for, you didn't vote for her, even if you don't really fool with her like that, you don't even like her. Look at her skin. Tell me she don't look happy. Tell me that. What she say? This is relief glow. Tell me, don't she look good? At least from this angle. At least from this angle with this light. She looks like she is happy. And yes, she is drunk, but guess what? She can be drunk. She can be drunk. A lot of y'all are drunk and don't have that smile on your face. She's drunk and happy. Is she tipsy? More than likely. Did she pop a gummy? Highly likely too. Is she black? Hell nah. She's not black.
Oh, it's good to be home. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you all. Thank you. And Dougie's here too. Oh, please have a seat.
Did she say Dougie's here too? And Dougie's here too. Dougie, say hi to the people, Dougie. Where's Dougie? We seen him behind the curtains with his tongue in Dr. Jill Biden's mouth. Apparently, they haven't seen each other in a while, and they just greeting each other the way that they do. Should we send him out here, Madam Kamala? Dougie's here. Dougie. Where's Dougie? Dougie Fresh. Hey, caveman, that's good. Dougie Fresh. Dougie is here too. But I'm gonna tell you this though, and I stand on what I just now said. Yo, she looks happy. She looks happy that she lost, man. She ain't got to deal with y'all no more. She ain't got to deal with this. You know what I mean? She ain't got to deal with this. Like, she can just be her regular old crazy self. Like, no, I don't. You ever got offered a job and you're like, nope, I'm fine. I don't want to be the manager. Thank you for considering me, but I'm good. I am good right here. I get it. I've been here longer than everybody else. I probably know more than everybody else. And the fact that you're offering me the job of supervisor or team lead or manager, I appreciate it. And it even comes with a couple of extra dollars. You know what? Those couple of that extra change could actually do some things in my house. But you know what? It's not worth it. I'm good. She really wanted the job. She really wanted to be the president. She really wanted the job, man. Oprah, Michelle Obama, Beyonce, all of them was dependent on it. All of them was dependent on it. Use your dark skin. You're Asian lady, you're Asian and Jamaican. What you know? What you know, girl? What you know? What you know about what the bumble clod? What the Rastafarian noodles? What the chicken break? She's happy that she didn't get this job, but she's glad that she also, you know what I mean? She wanted the job. I ain't gonna lie. She wanted the job. Dougie wanted the job. You know what I mean? Dougie definitely wanted the job. But yeah, so she's back. I think I have a story on this as well, because Fox News, you know, they definitely reported on it. They definitely reported on it. But they reported on it in the freaking live stream that I don't have access to. But let's check out some of the things that she actually said when she pulled up, because she is back. These are when she pulled up. All right, so this came from Fox News. Harris had a, well, let me see. Former Vice President Kamala Harris returned to the political scene with a fiery speech, as you can see right here, fiery speech on Wednesday night, in which she slammed Trump's administration first 100 days. All right, Harris had a very negative, often angry sounding message in her first speech since she left office, even saying, "We are seeing the wholesale abandonment of American ideals," in reference to President Donald J. Trump priorities. She also said, "Now, I know tonight's event happens to coincide with the 100 days after the inauguration, and I'll leave to others to give a full accounting of what has happened so far," she said. "But I will say this. Instead of the administration working to advance America's highest ideals, we are witnessing the wholesale abandonment of those ideals." Somebody taught her a new phrase, and she wanted to run it in front of the crowd. At first, her phrase was, "What can be unburdened by what has been." Then everyone was like, "Yo, what the hell does that mean? Let me Google what can be unburdened by what has been." Oh, turns out an extremely famous Marxist used to say this, and your dad used to follow and study him back in the day. And you are quoting him every chance you get. We actually did a couple of videos that was like 4 minutes long, 4 minutes long. And in that 4-minute video, we were showing like 10 to 15-second clips of her. And she had on many pantsuits, different flavors and colors, where she was at so many other events in front of women and colleges and wherever she can go that wanted to hear her speak. And she would say that same line, "What can be unburdened by what has been." Then when you guys pointed that out and called her out for it, she stopped saying that. She completely stopped saying it. Harris accused Trump of advancing an agenda of a narrow, self-serving vision of America, threatening to bring a constitutional crisis to the nation. She also accused Trump of bringing chaos to the U.S. through his tariff policy, accusing him of being responsible for the greatest man-made economic crisis in modern presidential history. But beyond this, Harris claimed that the Trump administration is advancing an intentional vision to undermine American democracy. Then she went on, "Some people are describing what has been happening in recent months as absolute chaos. And of course, I understand why. And it's certainly true of those tariffs. But friends, please let us not be duped into thinking everything is chaos. She continued, what we are in fact witnessing is a high velocity event where a vessel is being used for swift implementation of an agenda that has been decades in the making, an agenda to slash public education, an agenda to shrink government and then privatize its services, all while giving tax breaks to the wealthiest among us, including her and Dougie, the Bidens, the Pelosi's, you name it, all of her friends, most of her relatives. She's good. The wealthiest will benefit. If you're one of those people, her friends, her family, you benefit. But I'm going to complain and act like I'm mad. Right now, we are living in their vision of America. Harris went on. It's an agenda, a narrow, self-serving vision of America where they punish truth tellers. Truth tellers. Did this broad just now say that truth tellers are being punished? Where they favor loyalists cashing in on their power and leave everyone to fend for themselves, all while abandoning allies and retreating from the world. Wow, bro. I think she's been, right after she lost her job as VP and got denied for the new job that she was trying to get as the president. I think she was hit with that Men in Black wand. You know, the one where they put it up to your face and it kind of don't look like this. This is my microphone holder right here. But they put it up to your face and be like, look at that right there. You was never the vice president. You don't know anything about politics, and you just need to go somewhere with Dougie and shut the hell up. And she was like, okay, I was never in politics and I don't know anything about government. Well, she never did anyway. And she just goes somewhere with Dougie and shut the hell up. And she did that for a while. Now she's back. And we got to deal with this. Harris further alluded to the Trump administration's deportation of illegal aliens and suspected MS-13 gang member Kilmar Abrego Garcia, saying, it's not okay to detain and to disappear American citizens or anyone without due process. Okay, what the hell does that got to do with Kilmar Abrego Garcia? Oh, he's the anyone, and they're bringing up the whole due process thing. I'm gonna play a video because this has something to do with, if you look at my title, conservatives force CNN to cut the commercial. Let me tell y'all something, bro. They was talking about this exact same thing. And for some strange reason, this conversation is pissing off the left so much because of the due process thing, this due process thing. They keep on trying to stress due process, leaving out this American citizen part. The American citizen part, like she brought in American citizens. He's deporting, he's disappearing American citizens. Woman, if you don't shut the hell up, somebody's not briefing you on exactly what's happening, but we're going to go and let you cook. She praised the actions of congressional Democrats resisting the Trump administration, naming several lawmakers, including Senator Chris Van Hollen, who went to El Salvador, Senator Cory Booker from Maryland, Senator Bernie Sanders, who's on his first-class flights all around the United States, with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez as they go from place to place, promising free sugar honey iced tea to everybody, telling them that they ain't got to pay off their student loans, that they can go to college for free. And if you vote for us, we will take down the billionaires. We will take down the billionaires. Like this right here. Because this is what they're doing. They're on a world tour trying to put their face out there to be the next ticket. They're trying to look like the next Bernie and Kamala is what they want to look like. And they kind of do. They kind of do like that. They look like the next, I'm not Bernie and Kamala. They look like the next Joe Biden and Kamala. That's what they look like, the next Biden and Kamala. Biden and Harris. Bernie and Cortez. Ocasio-Cortez and Bernie Sanders. Harris gave her speech at Emerge's 20th anniversary gala in San Francisco. Shout out to San Francisco, who's doing an amazing job. City looks beautiful. We just now showed a video yesterday of the city. It looks lovely. San Francisco looks to die for. It looks to die for. Emerge, a training organization that seeks to prepare Democratic women to run for office, charged $25 for viewers to gain access to the live stream because they raise the money. And other packages, package options included a $100 fee for young professionals and a $250 general admission ticket if you wanted to be in the building, which people happily paid so they can see Kamala up close and personal. The former vice president did not address rumors that she may be considering a run for governor in California, but she did offer her own words of wisdom, referencing a viral video of elephants at the San Diego Zoo during a recent earthquake. Here, those elephants were. And as soon as they felt the earth shaking beneath their feet, they cut in a circle and stood next to each other to protect the most vulnerable. A powerful metaphor. And this is where she was going with. She's saying that y'all don't protect, y'all run. Because we know those who try to incite fear are most effective when they divide and conquer, like you guys are doing. Like you guys want to put every special group in their own little special place. You divide them and then you feed them propaganda so that they can get pissed off and want to stand together to push whatever narrative that you want them to push. And you're willing to pay them extremely handsomely. And we can go down the line naming these special groups, but I ain't going to do that. I ain't even going to do that right now. When they separate the herd, when they try to make everyone think they are alone, but in the face of crisis, the lesson is don't scatter. She said, adding that the people of the U.S. should lean on and connect with each other in her speech. The instinct has to be to immediately find and connect with each other and to know that the circle will be stronger. So I'll end with this. I am not here to tonight to offer all the answers or any of the answers because I didn't offer none. But you know what I mean? I'm not here to offer all the answers, but I am here to say this. You are not alone. I am here for you. Although you're far away, you're always here to stay. You are not alone. That came from Michael Jackson. And that song was written by R. Kelly. That's what she's here to say. We are not going to scatter. We are going to stand together. Woman, please, if you don't get your ass somewhere, wherever you was, we invite you to go back. Wherever you was, Kamala, we invite you to go back. Because Kamala, I'd seen something else where she was is back. I seen somewhere else where she was joking back and forth with some person, and that was not a good speech. That was a horrible speech, actually. That speech sucked. You really trying, and I ain't got no issue with you trying. I really don't have no issue with you trying. I have no issue with her trying. All right, guys. We're moving on to the next story. Oh, Jesus. These nerves are still bothering me, man. And thank you again, guys. Let me see what y'all are talking about inside the chat because we got all of our people up in the building today. We got D Gunner, we got Shoemaker, we got Scoop, we got Caveman, we got Tamara. Oh, thank you. Let me see. I think we finished with finished once Trump sleeves. Let me see. Okay. Gotta take care of their homies, the MS-13. Yeah, and that's exactly what they're doing. Speaking of, let's move on to our next story. All right. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. All right, so let's talk about this. Apparently, there was a hazing in a high school. A lacrosse team did some hazing, and it was horrendous. That I want to share with you guys real quick. All right. Let me put the story up here for you guys so you can see it. You are not alone. That's my joint right there. Talking about. God gracious, man. You gotta be careful what you show on these screens, bro. Like these ads will have people with in their drawers, and don't nobody want to see all that, bro. Well, some people want to see all that, but not on the morning show on YouTube. Y'all trying to get me in trouble, man. Hold on one second. Skip ad. All right. Here we go.
It's heartbreaking.
Okay, this
Witness
is not what I
young
want to watch.
teens.
This has nothing to do with daggone what's name. I don't know. Why would they play this? This makes no sense. Okay, so all 11 students. So this is what happened, guys. And I'm gonna read it a little bit. So there was a hazing on steroids. 11 high school lacrosse players faced charges in New York. This happened in New York. All right. So all 11 students in from an upstate New York high school accused of orchestrating an armed kidnapping of a teammate in a prank that goes way, way beyond hazing, have turned themselves in, according to multiple reports. So the students turned themselves in to the Onondaga, Onondaga County Sheriff's Office on April 30th after being given 48 hours to surrender and face only misdemeanor charges of unlawful imprisonment. The students, who are believed to be members of lacrosse team at West Hill High School in Syracuse, New York, targeted 5 younger teammates in an apparent hazing scheme, said District Attorney William Fitzpatrick. Hold on, guys, to get better. I cannot really adequately express to this community the level of stupidity and lack of judgment involved in this case. Let's scroll down. At the news conference, Fitzpatrick gave the students an ultimatum to voluntarily surrender themselves to authorities and be given an appearance ticket for unlawful imprisonment. They just keep on throwing these ladies' pictures up here, man, so that y'all can buy some stuff. We ain't buying a daggone thing. A Class A demeanor. And they're about to talk about it in a minute. So the district attorney warned that those who do not turn themselves in will be arrested and face a more serious charge of felony kidnapping. You will not be spending time in the public safety building. You will not have bail set. You will be released to the custody of your parents, Fitzpatrick said as he explained the 48-hour offer. In all likelihood, your case will be handled in family court. Hold on one second. Will be handled in family court. And it can be handled in family court because of your age. You will end this situation without a criminal conviction and a criminal record. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about exactly what happened, because you guys aren't getting anything from this right here. All right. So on April 24th, 2025, at least 11 West Hill High School boys, varsity lacrosse players, allegedly orchestrated a hazing incident described as hazing on steroids by Onondaga County District Attorney William Fitzpatrick. The incident involved victimizing 5 younger teammates, including a mock kidnapping where victims were driven to a remote area with one reportedly blindfolded, tied up, and placed in a car trunk at gunpoint. At gunpoint. All right. Fitzpatrick gave the 11 suspected students a 48-hour deadline to turn themselves in by April 30th, 2025 to face misdemeanor unlawful imprisonment charges or risk felony kidnapping charges. All 11 students surrendered, and they surrendered to the county sheriffs to avoid more severe charges. All right. West Hill Central School District Superintendent Stephen Dunham canceled the remainder of the boys' varsity lacrosse season, 9 games, following the incident, citing the need to address the program's culture, despite most team members being uninvolved and unaware of the hazing. All right. So the incident came to light after a school source officer reported it, prompting an investigation by the Onondaga County Sheriff's Office. Fitzpatrick described the events as criminal activity involving older players staging a prank that included weapons, at least one handgun and one knife, and psychological trauma for the victims. The West Hill Central School District emphasized the strict anti-hazing policy, stating that hazing is indefensible and would be addressed per the school's code of conduct. Superintendent Dunham and the district cooperated fully with authorities but limited public comments due to the ongoing investigation. I used to love movies like Porky's. What's the other joint? Revenge of the Nerds. Back in the day, in the 80s, those type of movies used to come out where you had a whole bunch of mean high school students doing pranks and hazing, where in order to get into their fraternity, you had to all bend over and get beat by a paddle. And then when you get hit, you got to say, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" How many of you in the chat remember that? Just let me know in the comments with a thumbs up or 100 if you watched those type of movies or if you enjoyed those type of movies. I know I did. So when I hear about people being hazed, I'm like, just kids being hazed. And it just is what it is. I mean, they going through something that if they survive, because I don't like the fact that they're dealing with guns and knives and whatnot, could potentially hurt each other. But I ain't got no issue with them hazing each other, man. At all. At all. I think they crying for nothing. I mean, I like that they dealt with it quickly. I like that they're not giving them no really bad charges or anything like that. They're saying, look, y'all go and turn yourselves in by tomorrow. We'll give you some really small misdemeanor charges that won't be on your record, but you will learn from this. I mean, your season is done. Your lacrosse season is done. Does it negatively impact the rest of the kids on the team? Yeah. But that's how teamwork goes. You know, when the team mess up, the whole team has to deal with it. That's just how it goes. All right. But other than that, this ain't that big of a deal to me. That's just me. It's hazing. Should hazing be illegal? Probably so, because a lot of these kids are getting hurt. Some kids are being unalived because kids are stupid. Kids are dumb. Just is what it is. They're stupid kids, man. So look at all these 100s, all these people that used to watch Porky's. Y'all are some perverts. Y'all are nasty. Nasty bastards. Make no daggone sense. All of y'all used to watch daggone Porky's and Revenge of the Nerds. Y'all just told on yourself. You're nasty. Nasty dog. Roof. You're nasty. See, that Porky's set the mood. Is it like one time, bro? I promise you, one time, man, it was a Porky's. I don't know which which Porky's it was, but they was at like a party, and and the dude was walking around with a little bow tie on, with no shirt on, and he was walking around passing out hot dogs to the people. Like at the party, he's passing out hot dogs. And then one girl went to go grab a hot dog off the tray. And when she grabbed one girl went to go grab a hot dog off the tray at the high school party, I don't know if I think this was Porky's. I don't think it was Revenge of the Nerds because Porky's was just a little bad. Porky's was nasty, bro. So this lady went to go grab a hot dog off the tray, and it was somebody's dingling inside of a hot dog bun. So she's just pulling his. She thinks she's about to grab a glizzy, but she's actually grabbing. Okay, yeah, that's not appropriate at all. That's highly inappropriate. We're gonna go ahead and edit that last part out. Yeah, about dingling and the hot dog bun. Yeah, we're gonna edit that part out. Nah, I don't want to discuss those type of things on no morning show. Definitely not on YouTube. All right. Okay, cool. We're gonna edit that part out. All right. So we're gonna edit that part out. We're not talking about that no more. No more. You said that was Bachelor Party. You seen the movie? That was Bachelor Party. All right. Okay. So shout out to Cindy for being hey Cindy, you telling on yourself. Cindy, you are telling yourself. For real. You are telling on yourself. Shout out to Cindy for watching all of the nasty movies back in the day when her parents wasn't looking, when they was at work. She popping in those nasty movies and getting her a snack. One of them snacks that they ain't got at Ghana. Y'all watching them things and y'all eating on them snacks that they ain't got in Ghana. Y'all just something else. I swear to goodness. Y'all are something else. I used to watch the movies religiously. Meatballs. Let me tell you something. Y'all remember back in the day when we went to go get the videos from the video store to rent the videos before Blockbuster. I'm talking about before Blockbuster. Blockbuster was a great idea, but before Blockbuster, when we was picking up Betamax videos from places and VHS tapes from places, and we go to these stores and they will have like one spot of the store will be separated with a curtain. And you already knew what was behind that curtain. And as a kid, you would go peek. And what will be looking at you is covers of movies where you see ladies' breasts. And I'm like, man, I gotta get back there, bro. I was what? Man, we're gonna edit that part out too. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, I said breasts. Yeah, we're gonna edit out breasts. Yeah, we're gonna edit it out. All right. In other news, so CNN got shut down, and it was by Scott Jennings again. It was by Scott Jennings again. But we got to have this conversation because they had this lady there from The View who said one of the dumbest things in the world. Let me know if you actually believe that this is a good point. Anna Navarro from The View. First of all, you did not even make The View look good, and you're on CNN. And I was thinking that you were one of the smart ones from The View. Apparently, you are not. She says that illegal immigrants are the same as when slaves were brought here. So slaves were illegals too. You cannot make this stuff up. She said, okay, I'm gonna let y'all see it for yourself, man. We're gonna have a good conversation. Make sure y'all hit that like button if y'all have not already. Shout out to you all, and shout out to Lee J, the music maker. Yeah, for my hat. She got me this hat a minute ago that says Coach. It's not Coach like the Coach bag, like the designer bag Coach or anything like that. It's Coach for Coach, like YouTube content creation coach. She got somebody to make this for me at a concert that she went to, and then she shipped it to me, and I'm greatly appreciative. This joint is fly, bro. This joint is fly. I like this joint. I like this joint, man. You can flip this joint around, get nasty with it. You know what I mean? Since I'm black, I can go out the house like this, and ain't nobody gonna think nothing about it. They're not gonna say, bro, you too old to be wearing your hair like that. Turn that joint around. No, they're gonna be like, he black, he cool. This how they wear it. They're gonna be like, nah, he black. Black people cool. This how they wear their stuff. You don't know nothing about fashion. You don't know nothing about fashion. I'm gonna go outside just like that. Huh? Yeah, I see that with the locks hanging. with the melanin popping? Huh? Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me. But thank you so much for the hat, Lee J. All right, let's go and jump into it. Van playing too much right now because Van is in a great mood. When I woke up this morning, bro, I realized I was woke this morning. God gave me another opportunity to get it right. Do y'all know how unique this day is? This is a day that you have never seen before and you will never see again. There's really no such thing as the present. It's the past and future. Because what we just now did, what we're doing right now, it's already the past. God dang it. It's already the past. All right, so let's go and jump into it, gang. And thanks again for pulling up, for being the people that y'all are. Y'all so dope. All right, so this video right here I pulled up for you guys. It's from CNN. It's on my X page. And if you're watching me from X, please make sure you like us, like this video, and share this joint, man. Shout out to Big Girl who couldn't get Big Girl in Little Cold. Big Girl in Little Cold. Big Girl in Little. Okay, here we go. Let's get to it. Let's do it. Before we go, we got Yankee Jeff. What's up, brother? It's not your fault. Al-Anon recovery. First day of the rest of my life. Celebrate and give thanks. To God be the glory. Thank you very much, big dog. Appreciate you, man. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Really good guy right here. Really good dude right here, man. There's not many of them out here. He's one of the last of a dying breed, man. For real. He's one of the last of a dying breed. All right, let's go and check it out. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. We can argue in a minute. Let's get it.
I am going to move on. I'm going to move on because this is not a conversation about the tattoos. One of the other things that happened this week is that a California judge said that you can't just scoop people up and deport them without a warrant. And in that case, basically the judge is saying, you know, you're basically taking anybody who's in a particular area. If they don't want to talk to you, you're taking them, detaining them, and assuming that they are deportable, and that you can't really do that anymore.
What the judge is saying is nothing radical. This is basically comports with existing law. It comports with decades of decisions around this matter, which in like pure layman's basic terms means that ICE agents cannot go after people, arrest them and detain them solely on the basis of being brown, having brown skin and being working class. And what was so interesting about this case for me is that the Border Patrol did not contest any of the allegations. They
actually claimed that they changed their guidelines.
Their response was just that they were going to do better training. And this issue is right in line with the Mr. Abrego Garcia case. It's a question of due process. Whatever we feel about Mr. Abrego Garcia, it's honestly irrelevant. It's a question for the immigration judge.
On Mr. Garcia, we keep saying that there's no evidence that this guy belonged to a gang.
No evidence in court filings.
That's not true.
No, that is
true.
Chair Michael, that is true.
No.
Hold on.
We always have to play this game of interrupting people when they're talking.
Okay, so this right here is one of the parts that really set it off. This is where it starts. I really need y'all to dial in on this part right here. It's important because what they're doing is saying they're trying to say they're making a due process argument. This is what it's all about, is a due process argument. All right. They're saying that we don't know. And it needs to be beyond the shadow of a doubt that this person is the thing that we say that they are before we send them back. Carmichael, the black guy that's talking right now, he's about to give his point. He's a conservative. They're going to continue to to interrupt him, and he's going to get pissed, and he's going to call him out for it. Then Abby Phillips, this lady right here, who is the host of CNN, this CNN panel, she is going to say, well, okay, let me ask you a question. She proceeds to ask him a question. And then when she asks him a question, she gives him options on what the answers are. She gives him her own answers. And then they proceed to shut him up again. So I just want to point that out. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, we keep saying that there's no evidence that this guy belonged to a gang.
No evidence in court filings.
That's not true.
No, that is true.
that is true.
Chair Michael, that is true.
Can I
No. Hold on.
We always have to play this game of interrupting people
Okay,
when
but-
they're talking.
But you're
What is the
saying,
point of me being on the show if I can never finish my freaking point?
Okay,
This is getting
okay.
really annoying, Abby.
hold on.
Everyone else has made their statements. I
hold
have
on a
yet to say
second.
anything.
Hold on a second, okay?
I mean, Jesus.
Hold on
Why
a
are you
second.
so angry?
Because I
Scott would
want to
say-
say something, and I have a point of view to make
everybody
here as
just
well.
hang on.
Now, did you hear that? He said, she said, why are you so angry? And he said, I have a point of view that I want to get across, and y'all won't let me do it. So Abby is trying to clean it up. Also, later on in this same exact clip, Scott Jennings pointed out that a young lady was being angry, and Abby Phillips said, could you please not call her angry? Could you please not say that she's being angry? So this thing is like, I don't know what you call it, but it's like they're trying to protect the Democrats and women on the panel. And that's it. That's it. The Democrats and the Democrat women is who they're trying to protect. Okay.
Jesus.
Hold on
Why
a
are you
second.
so angry?
Because I
Scott would
want to
say-
say something, and I have a point of view to make
everybody
here as
just
well.
hang on just
I
one
mean,
second.
God.
Chair Michael, let me ask you a question. The question is, has the government presented evidence in court that Abrego Garcia is a member of MS-13?
And my response.
And the answer is no, that has not happened in court. But it doesn't mean that they have not made those claims publicly. It doesn't mean that those claims are not in police reports.
In 2019.
It doesn't mean that they're not in police reports. They're just not statements that were made
in
in a court case.
2019, the immigration judge at the time believed the Prince George's County gang unit and the evidence that they presented before that judge at the time that Mr. Garcia did indeed belong to a gang. This is not my opinion. People can Google this crap. They can Google this. CBS reported on this. If a judge believed it in 2019, is it now all of a sudden not true?
The judge
Okay.
granted him a withholding of removal.
No, I acknowledge that fact.
Which is a
I
different
acknowledge that
issue.
fact.
Hold on.
But the point remains that a judge found the evidence to be credible that Mr. Garcia did indeed
Okay.
belong to a gang.
The-
So now all of a sudden we're just not going to believe
Okay.
judges?
The judge.
I mean,
found-
we can't have it both ways.
I don't want to go too far down this rabbit hole, but my only point is that the government has not presented beyond the police report. They have not actually presented the evidence to prove that he
So,
belonged to.
So basically, the police report is not enough evidence. The police report is not enough. Let me tell you something. Police report is enough to get your ass locked up. Like it's enough for the police to go after you, put your handcuffs, put you in the cell. But it's not enough for you to, I mean, because that implicates you. That says that you're guilty. That says that they believe with some evidence that you are who they claim you are. And you might be free from everything that they claim, but they believe it. It's in the police reports. All right. So just consider that. Okay, let's go.
Beyond the police report, they have not actually presented the evidence to prove that he belonged to this gang.
So police reports are
That's all
not considered evidence
that-
before a court of law?
a police
Do
report-
judges not
Okay.
consider police
I-
reports? What are we saying
But
here?
Chair Michael, what was
But
the
it-
original?
but- relevant.
I
It
want
is
to hold on.
relevant.
I actually
It
want Chair Michael to
absolutely-
finish the
It
point.
absolutely is relevant to the argument from the administration, which is that Mr. Garcia
Well,
belonged to a gang as one of the reasons of deporting him out of the country.
But
and you guys are saying there's no truth to it. There's no facts.
Constitution-
That's not true.
The Constitution is very clear. It does not say citizens. It says no person should be deprived of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness without due process. It doesn't matter what he's done in his past. The Boston
matter.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Let me
come on.
finish.
What
The
are courts for?
The Boston bomber had due
Actually,
process.
yeah, that's
He had due process.
That's what
So
this
it
is
doesn't
about.
matter.
Wait, I gave you time. Let me
Yeah,
finish.
go ahead, go
Okay.
ahead.
The Boston bomber was a citizen. Okay, let me continue.
This is a president who continues to twist the Constitution to adapt to whatever his vision is, to the point of the 2-year-old who was deported without due process, an American citizen. His father did not want him to go, and the only access he had to his daughter was listening to his daughter cry in the background in a 1-minute call. That 4-year-old did not get access to a doctor, despite the fact of having stage 4 cancer, did not have his medication with him when he was deported, an American citizen, to Honduras. This is what this president is doing. He is twisting the definition of the Constitution, and people like you are disparaging character to try to justify that
I'm not
disparaging.
disparaging. I'm not
Due
disparaging
process
character.
does matter.
Did
You're
he
right
have
about
due
that.
process or not?
But the idea that Mr. Garcia's past doesn't matter is ludicrous.
To
But
the
we
due
live
process
in
currently,
a
absolutely.
a sovereign nation, and this idea that people can just come into our country and do whatever the heck they want to do is absurd. heard to me. And if Democrats want to die on this hill, I promise you, you'll regret it politically. So go right ahead.
Okay.
Hill
Go
of
right
process
ahead.
for Americans.
Go
Dan,
right
let me
ahead.
Yeah, and none of them gave that type of energy to Barack Obama. None of y'all niggas gave that same energy to Barry Soetoro. How come y'all now want to say, okay, he's cleaning up stuff? Bro, y'all are fake as hell, man. Y'all fake and phony. Y'all did not give a damn about this in the last 4 years. Y'all didn't care. Y'all wanted to flood the block with people and then act like you couldn't do nothing about it. And then when you found out that a real president, somebody who understands his job, can actually do something about it, now you want to talk about due process. What about the due process? What about the due process? Damn a due process. You have due process in your own damn country. Where you from? Tell me where you're from. You from where? Okay, that's where you're going. Okay, next. Keep the line moving. Where you from? El Salvador? Okay, that's where you're going. You're going to have some due process over there. Next. Come on, keep the line moving. Where you from? Venezuela? Okay, you're going to have some due process in Venezuela. Okay, go ahead and get on that bus. You're going to Venezuela. Next, keep the line moving. Where you from? Haiti? Okay, you're going to have some due process in Haiti. You're getting the hell up out of here. Next, keep the line moving. Where you from? Mexico? Oh, you're going to have some due process in Mexico. Keep the line moving. Next. Where you from? El Salvador too? Oh, good. I've seen probably like 1,500 of y'all already. Well, you're in good company. You're going to have some due process in El Salvador. Keep the line moving. Next. Keep the line moving. We ain't got no time to be hanging about damn courts and taxpayer money for no due process. Who's paying for this? Who's paying for this? I don't get it, man.
To me. And if Democrats want to die on this hill, I promise you, you'll regret it politically. So go right ahead.
Okay.
Hill
Go
of
right
process
ahead.
for Americans.
Go
Dan, let
right
me
ahead.
let
We
Scott
don't want people breaking
have a
our laws
word.
coming into our country. That is a fact.
Let me let Scott have a word, and then we'll move on.
It seems to me that the political analysis of this, though, is, and a lot of average people are looking at it this way. Why is it that we can let 20 million people into the country just walk across, whatever, and there's no real process for them to do that, but then we have to individually pick out every single person and go through years upon years upon years of paperwork and this and that and the other, and all we're trying to do is send them back to where they came from because they came here illegally in the first place. 20 million in with no process. How do you get 20 million out with years and years of people fighting every single case? You could cherry pick any case you want, but the reality is the crisis that put Donald Trump in the White House was caused over years and years and years of neglect and letting people walk into here without any process at all. And now you're
Hey, y'all, I don't know if y'all saw Anna Navarro's face the entire time that he was talking, right? The entire time that he was talking, her face was she was fighting. I gotta say something. I gotta say something. And what I'm about to say is going to be a mic drop moment. The world is looking at me and people are going viral nowadays. And I want to go viral too, but for the right things. So I'm about to say something that's gonna completely destroy him. That's what I'm about to do. And watch what this dumb ass lady says. This right here is what's gonna shut it down. This right here is the reason why what's her name? Abby. This is the reason why Abby Phillips is going to cut to commercial while they are still arguing. They're not even going to be quiet while she's cutting to commercial. They just look this. Okay, the producers are in my ear. I'm letting them. They telling me that we about to cut to a commercial. Just look into the camera and you go ahead and you can go. And she's going to cut the commercial. Bro, listen to this foolishness.
Cherry pick any case you want. But the reality is the crisis that put Donald Trump in the White House was caused over years and years and years of neglect and letting people walk into here without any process at all. And now you're trying to gum up the works to keep them here.
A lot of them came in with parole. A lot of them
CNN polling shows 54% of Americans want Mr.
November
Abrego
polling
Garcia
showed Donald
back.
Trump won the
That's
election.
CNN
So
polling.
I don't-
Well, you know,
the
the
November
public
polling
is shifting.
showed
All right.
we are a sovereign
Guys.
nation, and you cannot just come into our
All right.
country illegally whenever the heck you want, because we can't do it to any other country on the face of
Asylum
this
is a
earth.
legal
If you
right.
come in
Can't
illegally,
revoke due
you have
process.
to leave.
You can't
Americans are
revoke due
tired of that. We
process.
do not have unlimited
You
resources.
know who was here
We have to
illegally
care
with a
for our own people
deportation order?
first.
Marco Rubio's
Okay.
grandfather.
All right. Let's.
We're not talking about
let's.
Marco Rubio.
Oh, now
Anna.
we're not? Now that's
No,
not relevant?
it's not
No,
relevant.
I'm talking
It's not
about
relevant
Marco
to this
Rubio because Marco
conversation at
Rubio
all.
used to be an advocate for TPS for Venezuelans, and Marco Rubio used
Well,
to
I'm
be
not Marco
an
Rubio.
advocate
and
for
let me
Nicaraguans
tell you
and
my
Cubans.
beliefs.
No,
If
I
you
know
come
you're
into
not.
this country illegally, you are going home. Simple as
Okay.
that. We do not
Listen,
have unlimited
I
resources
think
in
a
this
lot of
country
Americans-
to take care of other
There's
people.
a hell
We
of a
have
lot
our
of
own
people,
people
other
here
than the
first,
black
Anna.
people who were brought here as slaves who came to this country illegally.
They're
From a
not
lot
the
of
same as
different-
black people who were brought here against
That's
our will.
exactly what I
They
just said.
decided
I
to
said
walk
there is
their
a
butts
lot of
across the
people
border. There's
other
a big
than the
difference.
black
There is
people.
a big
That's
difference.
exactly what I
There's a
just
big
said.
difference.
That's
Share
exactly what I just
Share
said, Sir
Michael,
Michael.
and
There's a lot of people other than black people who came here illegally as slaves. So black people came here illegally as slaves. There's a lot of other people who came here illegal other than black people who came here illegally as slaves. What? 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 I ain't got no issue with them fighting on these channels. I don't know. Somebody's just Scott Jennings. You can choke the hell out of them. And I want y'all to notice this too. You notice how they put on the panel a white conservative, a black conservative, and a bunch of people who are clearly immigrants to argue for immigration. Because those will be the people to lead that argument. Don't nobody, let me tell you something. You are not special because your parents are immigrants. You don't get a special say because your parents are immigrants. Most of us come from immigrants or imports. So some of us, our families made up their mind to migrate into this country. And some of us did not have a choice. We were imports. We were cargo, human cargo. That is not the same as an illegal immigrant. You got human cargo where half of the ship does not make it because they are sleeping on top of each other, stacked up like dominoes at the bottom of a ship for hundreds of miles. You got people who go out of their way to come here for opportunity. It's not the same just to support your narrative. Like, have a little bit of common sense. And at the end of the day, Carmichael is right. You come here illegally, you got to go. You come here the wrong way, you got to go. You're out. You're done. Go to your own damn country.
Be an advocate for TPS for Venezuelans, and Marco Rubio used
Well,
to
I'm
be
not Marco
an
Rubio.
advocate
and
for
let me
Nicaraguans
tell you
and
my
Cubans.
beliefs.
No,
If
I
you
know
come
you're
into
not.
this country illegally, you are going home. Simple as
Okay.
that. We do
Listen,
not have unlimited
I
resources
think
in
a
this
lot of
country
Americans-
to take care of other
There's
people.
a hell of
We
a
have
lot
our
of
own
people,
people
other
here
than the
first,
black
Anna.
people who were brought here as slaves who came to this country illegally.
They're
From a
not
lot
the
of
same as
different-
black people who were brought here against
That's
our will.
exactly what I
They
just said.
decided
I
to
said
walk
there is
their
a
butts
lot
across
of
the
people
border. There's
other
a big
than the
difference.
black
There is
people.
a big
That's
difference.
exactly what
There's
I
a
just
big
said.
difference.
That's
Share
exactly
Michael,
what I just
share
said, Sir
Michael,
Michael.
and
Look and
Anna.
act indignant. That's
Okay.
exactly what
It's
I
not
just
about
said.
acting
I-
indignant.
Yes, it is.
let me
You
just
just heard me
share
say
Michael.
that other than the black
Anna
people
and
who
share
came
Michael.
as slaves,
High
there
ground
are
here.
a lot of people from
Share
many,
Michael. I
many
think you
countries
actually
that came
misheard
here
what she.
illegally.
I think you misheard what she said.
No, he purposely misheard.
She said.
I purposely
Yes,
misheard.
she did.
So now you're in my
Share
brain?
Michael. Listen to me for
Is
just a
that,
second.
is that where we're going?
You
Share
think
Michael.
I would
Listen to me
say,
for a
I who
second.
have advocated
Anna,
for black
please
people
stop.
my entire life, would
Anna.
say something like that?
Anna.
Yes. Yes. Yes, Anna. The answer is yes. I used to like her, by the way. I used to think that she was the smart one on The View. Like, I used to think that she was the one who was, and because she came off as she cosplayed as as a conservative woman, is what she act like she was. She act like she was conservative. And then she got accepted into the group of minority complaining. Oh, I get to complain with the black people. I get to complain and say that everything that the country does is wrong, as long as there's a conservative that's in charge. But when when Barack Obama was in charge, what were you saying then? Oh, rat bastard. Oh, rat bastard.
She said,
I purposely
yes, she
misheard.
did.
So now you're in my
Share
brain?
Michael, listen to me for
Is
just a
that,
second.
is that where we're going?
You
Share
think
Michael,
I would
listen to me
say,
for a
I who
second.
have advocated
Anna,
for black
please
people
stop.
my entire life, would
Anna,
say something like that?
Anna,
Give me a
Because
damn
you've
break.
advocated for black
Anna,
people,
please
great.
stop.
Congratulations. Last time I checked, I'm black. You're not.
Okay, Share Michael.
Boom.
That's right. I'm Latino and my people are being racially
It is-
profiled.
it is-
and
And do I have to
unfairly
remind you the history of my people?
Share
Do
my-
you
I
want
have
to
to
go
read-
there?
no, I
Do you
don't.
really
Okay,
want to go
we're
there?
gonna
I
go
never
to break.
know
the history of
Raul,
your
we're gonna go to break.
She said, I am, hold on. Hold on. You see that? It's getting heated. It's getting heated. All right, so she says, I'm Latino and my people are the ones being mistreated. Just Latinos. Anna Navarro, I have to say this, and hopefully you don't take this the wrong way. That's some racist sugar honey iced tea. You do realize that it's not only Latinos who illegally try to come over here. It's not only for that's a racist thought, actually, to think that only Hispanic people, only Latinos are the ones who try to come over here. No, y'all aren't the only people that want to come to America. People from Asia come here. People from Africa come here. People from Haiti come here. People from all over the world are trying to sneak into our country, and they have been. Not even sneaking. We've been sending planes for them, sending trains for them, sending buses for them, sending boats for them. And when they pulled up and when they got here, we gave them a goodie bag. We gave them $1,400 a month per family. We put them up in shelters. We put them up in plush luxury hotels. We put them up in brand new apartments. Whole hotels were set aside for illegal immigrants. Homeless people are homeless American citizens sleeping on the street. Could not even get a bed inside of these shelters. Why? Because they was filled up with illegal immigrants. Don't nobody give a damn about my Latinos. My Latinos are being illegally blah, blah, blah. My Latinos. Then tell your Latinos to get the hell up out of here. Tell your Latinos, bye-bye. How do you say that in Spanish? Bye-bye. That's how you say it in Spanish. Just put L before it. Talking about adios. That's how you say it. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Jay Miguel. It's not L, bye-bye. I was close. I was close when I said L, bye-bye. But it's actually adios. Okay, everybody's helping me out with this. They like, Van, is adios. Brother, it's adios. Bro, it's adios. It's, bro, hold up. It's adios, amigo. Everybody's helping me out. They're like, man, it's adios. brother, it's adios.
You misheard what she said.
No, he purposely misheard.
She said,
I purposely
Yes, she
misheard.
did.
So now you're in my
Share
brain?
Michael, listen to me for
Is
just a
that,
second.
is that where we're going?
You
Share
think
Michael,
I would
listen to me
say,
for a
I who have
second.
advocated
Anna,
for black
please
people
stop.
my entire life, would
Anna,
say something like that?
Anna,
Give me a
Because
damn
you've
break.
advocated for black
Anna,
people,
please
great.
stop.
Congratulations. Last time I checked, I'm black. You're not.
Okay, Share Michael.
That's right. I'm Latino and my people are being racially
It is-
profiled.
it is-
and
And do I have to
unfairly treated.
remind you the history of my people?
Share
Do
my-
you
I
want
have
to
to
go
read-
there?
no, I
Do you
don't.
really
Okay,
want to go
we're
there?
gonna
I
go to
never
break.
I know the
know.
history of
Raul,
your
we're going to go to break. Raul Reyes, thank you very much for joining us. Everybody else, hang tight.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to go. This is how these conversations are supposed to go, baby. All the leftist thoughts are racist. Don't be surprised when something they say sounds racist. Their true colors are just showing. You're absolutely right, Penny. You're absolutely right. She said, because my people, my Latinos are being mistreated and racially profiled. Woman. Here's the wild thing, because she's so cute when she says it, and she's not really, but it's the ignorance, and you believing that there's some honor in your ignorance is what's cute to me. And I'm talking about cute, like when you see a kid say something stupid. Is Santa Claus real? Santa Claus coming? I woke up and it was a quarter under my bed, and my tooth was gone. The tooth fairy came and gave me a quarter. That's how Anna Navarro sound. Like, I'm so special. Latinos are being racially profiled and mistreated. Okay, why the hell did they come here? To be racially profiled and mistreated? They can go home. They can go say, I don't say. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. They can go back to where they're from and be mistreated there. I don't know. A lot of y'all didn't know that I was bilingual, did you? But y'all saw how she she looked straight at the camera. She was like, Anna, can you stop? I'm trying to can y'all please stop? Okay, call a commercial. Call a commercial. Go to a commercial. Go to commercial. It's not looking good for the left. It's not looking good for the Democrats. Go to the left. Go, get off. I bet if Anna Navarro was winning that conversation, they would have kept it going. She would have sat back. Hey, can somebody back there bring me a ginger ale and some popcorn? Thank you. This is good. This is good. And some juju beans. Yeah. No, make that some goobas. I want some. I like goobas. What you want? Scott, you want something? Get Scott some Raisinets. This is good. Me and Scott, we enjoying this. If Anna Navarro was winning that conversation, they would have chilled out. They would have let them do what they do. But Carmichael was whooping her ass. Just like the daggone Timberwolves whooped the Lakers' ass last night. Just like Anthony Edwards, young boy that looked just like Michael Jordan, that could potentially be Michael Jordan's son. Because they got the same little beady eyes, and they wear the little, they wear the little wristband. They both wear the wristband on their forearm. They wear the wristband on their forearm. I never understood that, but that's what Michael Jordan does. He wear a wristband on his forearm. And then Kobe started doing it too. Yeah, Kobe was meat riding Jordan for a long time. Kobe actually modeled his entire game after Michael Jordan. But I ain't even going to get into that. Because LeBron James, you suck. And I never thought I would say that publicly. But bro, you let me down. But Abby Phillips, man, she had to cut to that commercial because Anna Navarro was getting her ass handed to her. One more time, guys.
My entire life to say something like that.
Anna,
Give me a
Because
damn
you've
break.
advocated for black
Anna,
people,
please
great.
stop.
Congratulations. Last time I checked, I'm black. You're not.
Okay, Michael.
That's right. I'm Latino, and my people are being racially profiled.
It is.
And
And do I have to remind you the history of my people?
Share
Do
my
I want to go there?
I don't.
Do you really
Okay,
want to go
we're
there?
gonna
I
go to
never
break.
had
know
to
the
go.
history.
Raul, we're going to go to
You know
break.
what?
Raul Reyes, thank you very much for joining us.
History
Everybody else, hang tight.
History was not
We'll be right back.
erased when I was studying history. Like
Look at her face. Yo, look at her face. Abby, it's okay, baby girl. This is Abby. Abby, I want you to hear me, baby girl. Listen to me, Abby. Abby, I want you to hear this one thing I have to say, sweetie. You're listening? Abby, are you listening? Okay. This is all your fault. This is all your fault. You allowed this to happen. You don't believe in anything that you up there selling to the American people right now. You have marching orders, and you are making those marching orders come to fruition every single time that you sit on that panel and you disengage. Like, you know that Scott Jennings, he's washing all of you because he makes sense. But today, he was just chilling, and Carmichael did it for him. You knew what Anna Navarro was saying was foolish. You could have corrected her. As a black woman, you could have corrected her. But you didn't. because your job is not to correct the Democrats on the channel. Your job is not to correct the progressives or the conservatives who are on your side. Your job is to is to sell whatever narrative or propaganda that's placed in your lap to the American people. And that's exactly what you did. And what happened? Complete chaos. You got to cut to a damn commercial and look foolish because it's your fault. You're going to try to blame it on Anna Navarro and Carmichael, but it's your fault. You allowed all of the people on the panel to completely talk over Carmichael, not allow him to make his point. And his only point was what's legal and what's not illegal. And that's it. But we got to define what's legal. We get it that the judge said this and that is on the police report, but it's not finalized yet. It got to be finalized. Scott Jenner said, wait a minute, wait. Everybody, shut up, wait. We bring over 20 million illegal immigrants, and you expect for us to go through this same thing for each and every one of them? Are you telling me that all of them deserve a day in court? No TF. They don't. No TF, which is an acronym. Y'all figure it out for yourselves because I don't feel like I don't want to tell my producer that we got to edit that part out. No TF, they don't deserve a day in court. They don't deserve due process. That's for American citizens. And guys, I am a novice when it comes to politics. Feel free to correct me inside of the chat. If I'm wrong, correct me. I don't mind being wrong. You saw yesterday when we had a gentleman inside the chat who just kept talking about how wrong I was with regard to the Carmelo Anthony, Austin Metcalf, and in relations to this new case. That's not a new case, but the Caysen Allison and Jose Rodriguez case. He was telling me how wrong I was. I don't mind being wrong. But Abby Phillips, this is your fault. This is all your fault. You created this because it's good TV. And guess what? She's not unhappy about this. This is what it's all about. Drama sells, baby. And Anna Navarro got cooked. She got cooked trying to rep the Latinos. The Latinos, my Latinos, I've been treated unfairly. The Latinos, I've been treated unfairly. Carmichael like, whoa, I'm sorry, what? Oh, I'm sorry. You want me to feel sorry for them. Okay, just tell me when and tell me how. And I may or may not do it. This is your fault, Abby. This is your fault. This is CNN's fault. This is not Anna and Carmichael's fault. You guys emboldened these idiots to think just because their families came over here and started a new life 1 generation, 2 generations ago, that now everybody can do it whenever they want to, however they want to do it, and there should be no recourse if they do it illegally. That is wrong. That sends a bad message across. That tells people, oh, it's a free for all. They're just giving out money. They're giving out housing. They're giving out cars. They're allowing us to vote. We're protected when we go over there. Only thing you got to do is go over there, have a baby, and you're good. You're an American citizen. Yeah, my friend. Come over here, my friend. My friend. Come over here, my friend. My friend. No, my friend. You got to go back to your goddamn country, my friend. In other news, all right, so we got some other stuff to talk about. Yeah. All right. So in other news, and this is a part of the conversation that got us in trouble yesterday, but we're going to have this conversation today because We have to. We have to. We have to. Caysen Allison was charged with criminal neglect. The whole left is going crazy over this because he was charged with criminal neglect homicide. They believe that he should have been charged with first-degree murder. Somebody said, what am I drinking this morning? I actually did not drink anything. Thank you for reminding me. That's wild, ain't it? I woke up this morning, got my black ass in the shower, got in the shower, and had a good shower too. Got butterball naked, jumped in the shower, in my swim trunks, in my goggles, and did not drink anything until just now, until you just now said something. Because I'm working on my time management. If I would have managed my time better, I would have had a bagel, some toast, some hot tea, but I didn't. And now look at me. Now look at me. What am I doing? Sitting here with and ain't drink nothing all day. That's the first thing you got to do is drink something. All right, guys, let's talk about it. Caysen Allison is a white kid who unalived Hispanic kid, right? Let's go through this right here. Carmelo Anthony is a black kid who unalived a white kid. People are saying these things are the same. All right. Here we go. So Caysen Allison got grace in that verdict, okay? Here's what happened. Following the prom after party, Allison texted Biddle about acquiring a gun before the fatal fight on May 3rd, 2022. So Caysen Allison was looking for a gun on that day of the fight. The bathroom fight took place. Biddle told Allison he would be there if if another person was needed to confront Ramirez. Biddle, and I don't know who this Biddle guy is, Biddle also said that he and Allison weren't looking for Ramirez, but they had been threatened on Snapchat about being ambushed or jumped at school. So what Ramirez might do was on their minds. So they received some messages on Snapchat that somebody was going to get jumped, that Allison was going to get jumped. That's the white kid. All right. So Allison gets jumped. And hold on one second. Allison gets jumped. He starts stabbing, swinging. He gets arrested. And instead of getting first-degree murder because the kid died, he hit an artery, he got criminal neglect. And I'm hearing that that's one step below manslaughter. I think that the maximum amount of years you can do for criminal neglect, homicide, is like 2 years. All right. Hold on. Scotty, feel free. Scotty Too Hottie. Feel free to help me out with this. So the Snapchat, I believe, was set up by Caysen Allison, right? Is that correct, Scotty Too Hottie? All right. So Scotty Too Hottie, and only one punch was swung. So let me see. You said that there's a video. Could you please share the link to the video? That would be absolutely phenomenal. That way I can have more information in this right here, because I was planning on looking into it last night, but a couple of things happened. And the brother was doing my thing, doing my blood clot ting, right? And some things went by. All right. So a bunch of people are advocating for Ramirez and advocating for Caysen Allen. I'm not advocating for either. Not advocating for Caysen. I don't care if he got first-degree murder or if he got the same fate that the person that he unalived. I don't care if Carmelo got first-degree murder or if he got the same fate of the person that he unalived. So there's your difference between that's how I feel about both cases. Okay, I'm not advocating for either. I also, being that both of these happen in Texas, I don't look at them as the same, but people look at them at exactly the same. I'm gonna show y'all some of these videos of what people think about it, and y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. And y'all may or may not like what you're about to hear, but that's your business. That's your business.
Criminally negligent homicide is all he's been convicted of. He's facing 6 months till a maximum of 2 years in prison for unaliving his classmate after stabbing him to death in a bathroom. Now, I brought you guys this case a couple of weeks ago with Caysen Allison because I felt like it bared so much similarities to the Carmelo Anthony case. And both of these cases are in Texas. Both of these cases involve teens, and both of these cases involve knives, where people are saying that they were acting in self-defense and feared for their lives. And I don't hear any outrage about this. I don't know if you guys are hearing, but yesterday, Caysen Allison, who is the white teen pictured here, okay, he went to his school with a knife and he unalived his classmate, who is this guy, Joe Ramirez. They're both 17 at the time. This happened back in 2022, just to give you guys a recap, and then we'll talk about the verdict, okay? Back in 2022. Now, the difference between Caysen Allison's case and Carmelo Anthony's case is that Caysen Allison actually knew Joe Ramirez, okay? They had ongoing issues and had agreed to fight. Okay, they agreed that on this particular day, they were going to show up to the school and they were going to get it over with, because they had been going back and forth for a little while now over a girl, right? According to the mom, it was over a girl, but multiple people testified. They saw Snapchat messages, group chat messages, that these two agreed they were going to fight. Now, on the day that all of this happened, Joe Ramirez went into the restroom with the group of his friends. Caysen Allison came later with a group of his friends. And it is being reported that Joe Ramirez threw the first punch, okay? That is when Caysen Allison took out a knife and stabbed Joe Ramirez multiple times, okay? Remember, with Carmelo, he only stabbed him once and then he ran. Caysen stabbed Joe Ramirez over 5 times. And they say there is video of Joe Ramirez coming out of the restroom and collapsing in the school hallway after he exited that restroom. Caysen Allison ran home. He was arrested and charged with murder, just like Carmelo Anthony was charged, right? And he was saying that he was acting in self-defense. His bond was set at $1 million. It was dropped down even lower than Carmelo Anthony's bail was dropped down, right? Because his was dropped down to, I think, 150 or 175. It was somewhere in that 100,000 range. So he's been out for almost 3 years, okay? And so the verdict came back yesterday, and he was acquitted of that murder charge. They said they found him guilty, okay, of criminally negligent homicide. And the jury believed that he was acting in self-defense and fear for his life, even though they had several people who testified and said that Caysen Allison had threatened Joe Ramirez on multiple occasions, even though they had Snapchat and group chat messages to prove that Caysen Allison knew that on that day he was going to fight Joe Ramirez, and he still brought a knife. So only he knew that he brought that knife. Joe Ramirez had no idea. And they still found him guilty of criminally negligent homicide. So he's only facing up to 2 years for doing not anything similar to what Carmelo Anthony did, because I feel like his was more egregious. His was premeditated, in my opinion, right? He knew that he was going to fight Joe. He knew Joe. He had threatened Joe on multiple occasions. And he had a substance issue, but he still was found guilty on the very lesser charge. So they allowed him to go home. After they came down with the verdict, he's still allowed to go home until his sentencing, right? And I don't know if that's because he's out on bail. I don't know the logistics and all of that, but very interesting. So I'm really looking forward to see how this Carmelo Anthony case plays out.
Okay. Carmelo Anthony, so this was and seems very premeditated. He brought a knife to school. They set up the fight. They was going back and forth. This is why I think that people, man, they need to stop watching so much goddamn on TV, bro. If you're not about that life, don't even get all tough with nobody. Period. 2 years is extremely light for murdering anybody. 2 years is very light. But people would think that he's getting that because he's white. He's a white man. Everybody is making a lot of noise about this because of the Carmelo Anthony thing. Guys, he deserves prison time. He killed somebody. He stabbed somebody in school. He deserved more time. I think we're all saying that, right? Aren't we all saying that? So they're saying, where's the outrage? I believe this is the outrage. There's a lot of outrage. She says, where's the outrage? All I'm seeing on my timeline right now, I put in Caysen Allison Ramirez video, and I'm seeing nothing but outrage. There's a bunch of outrage. So people do want to see Caysen go to jail for a longer period of time, or just as much time as Carmelo is going to jail. So what's the argument being made here? What's the argument being made here? Seems to be a lot of outrage. Everybody wants to talk about how the white kid intentionally brought a knife to school and unalived a Hispanic kid. And here's the thing too. A lot of times when we have these conversations, there's so many things missing. It's crazy. There's so many things missing. It's like when you see a picture of Carmelo Anthony, you're going to see a picture of him, looking nice and smiling, or they're going to have him looking like a criminal, looking like he's a killer, looking like he's dangerous. They're also going to show you supporting videos of when he was in a fight with his basketball team and he put his foot on somebody's head while they was on the ground, or when he's taking pictures and he's holding guns. The same way that they're talking about Caysen Allison contacted his friend about buying a gun and then showed up to school with a knife. But then the flip side is we talk about Austin Metcalf and how he was a bully and how he threatened to break his phone, how he threatened him the day before at a party, how the person who was unalived was actually the one that was trying to force some physical back and forth, trying to force a fight, trying to just show that they was more powerful than the person that killed them. That's what Austin Metcalf, what a lot of people are saying, the people that support Carmelo Anthony are saying, that he was the bully in the whole thing, that he started it all. It was his fault that any of that took place. Right? But in this one right here, nobody's saying anything about Joe Ramirez and how he played a part and how this led up to a fight at all. All these things are conveniently being left out. And that's the part that I have an issue with. That's the part that I have an issue with. Kids meeting up and fighting in the bathroom. That's stupid. When I was in high school, one of my very first fights that I had was in the bathroom. Bathroom fight. It was a big fight. It was a big fight. Everybody was excited about it. All of us went into the bathroom. I had a couple of my boys with me. The other guy had a whole gang of, he had a crew with him. I just had my man Burry. I don't know if Val was in there. I think Val was in the bathroom with me. I had my man Burry. I know Burry was in there. And I don't know if Val or Ty B was in there, but one of my other friends was in there. But I do know Burry was in there. That was my right-hand man back there. And the other kid, he had his whole crew. But I was a little knucklehead. So I enjoyed those type of things. And if one of us would have been unalived in that, one of us would have pulled out a knife in that situation, it would have been wrong. And I'm glad we didn't. But that fight was talked about for a long time for some things that happened. But I agree. This young man, 2 years is not enough for taking somebody's life. Period. It'll be different if they didn't set it up. It'll be different if, they didn't know, both of them didn't know that it was going to be a fight. It'll be different. Even if they was threatening to jump him. He probably went in the bathroom thinking that, man, I don't trust my crew. I'm about to protect myself. If things went wrong, 2 years is not enough. Then you have Carmelo Anthony. I don't know how much time Carmelo is getting, but most of the people who support Carmelo don't want him to get any time. And I believe that's foolish. I think that's dumb as hell, to be honest with you. Because we all have children. At this age, we all have children, and a lot of our children are grown. And they have teenagers in school. Like most of the people in my chat right now got nieces, nephews, or grandkids who are in high school right now. And they couldn't imagine their children, their grandchildren, or little cousins or nieces and nephews being involved in something like this. So they're looking for the outrage. There's a poop ton of outrage. Oh, look at this. Look, this is my timeline right here. It's a poop ton of outrage. Everybody's talking about this guy. What you mean this white student only got 2 years? What you mean? This white student, unalived, X'd out, crossed out, and took this young brother up out of here, who was a saint, never did nothing to nobody, and he's only getting 2 years? Guilty of criminally negligent homicide? But then they look at the white kid, they look at the black kid, Carmelo Anthony, and they say, wait a minute. This brother, he definitely is a thug. He got to be a gangster. He got to be a gangster. Even when you look at this picture right here, look at this picture. Little white kid in his prison jumpsuit, and then the person that he unalived, smiling in the suit, crossed out. Then you have Carmelo Anthony in his prison jumpsuit. I'm sorry, he's not in the prison jumpsuit. He's in a suit. He's looking good. He's looking dapper. He's looking studious. He looking like he gets straight A's. He looking like he says grace before he eat his lunch at school. Thank you, dear Lord, for this tater tots and this chocolate milk. I appreciate you, God. In Jesus' name I pray. And then they have the one that he unalived, X'd out. This country has trained up extremely ignorant and biased people on both sides. And if you choose to be one of them people, then you're just as dumb and foolish as the people that are involved in these things. You're choosing to be one of the people that they're training you up to be, because now you believe that you know better than the law. You want to get involved in it because, oh, it's a black and white issue now. We got to talk about this. How come he got to deal with this, but he deal with this? How come she doing it this way, but she doing that way? I want you to do a poll on all of the criminals in prison and see if they are receiving the time that they're supposed to receive, or if they're being treated the way that they're supposed to be treated. And then I want you to see if their counterparts of different races and ethnicities are also being treated the way that they're supposed to be treated, or if they've been treated favorably in comparison to their Black and Hispanic counterparts. Uh-oh, we got King Mike in the building. King Mike is in the building again, bro. Let's see what he got to say. Let me see. We got to see what happens. If anything, Carmelo should get the same outcome. If they give Carmelo 30 years, you know what it is. Nah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. But I'm glad you know what it is. I'm sure you know what it is. What is it? Is it racism? What is it? Is it Trump? What is it? Is it the white man? I think he should get 15 years. I think he should get 10. I think he should get whatever they decide to give him. But I do think that this Caysen Allison, I think that he got way less than he was supposed to get. 2 years for unaliving anybody, in my opinion, is not enough. And I don't know a whole lot about law. I'm not even going to fake like I do. But if they give Carmelo Anthony 30 years, if they give him 20 years, honestly, I wouldn't know what to say about it, because I know people who have unalived people and they didn't do more than 10. They're walking the streets right now. Yeah. I know people who have taken people up out of here and they're walking the streets right now. And they did not do 20 years. But I don't trust this system that we're in. I really don't trust the system. But I love how you all then got it figured out already. Y'all got it figured out. Also, guys, when y'all having this conversation inside the chat, please do me a favor. Be respectful to one another, if y'all could. All right? Be respectful to one another. These two situations are completely different. They're not the same at all. At all. Caysen should get more time. And I would say he should get more time because his situation happened inside of a school. It happened inside of a school. Carmelo in Austin, that situation happened on school grounds. But it's not the same. Let's see what this news this news team have to say about it. Because you guys keep on saying that there's no outrage. It seems to me like there's a lot of outrage.
First, our top story.
Yeah, 5 more witnesses took the stand today in the murder trial of Caysen Allison.
Allison is facing charges alleging he stabbed and killed fellow Belton High School student Joe Ramirez. 6 News reporter Sydney Walker was back in the courtroom for day 2 of the trial. And Sydney, what did you hear from today?
Today, we heard from a Belton PD detective who was there that day on the scene, as well as a close friend of Caysen's who tried to break up the fight before it even happened, plus 3 boys who were in the bathroom the day of the fight when it occurred. Yesterday, we heard a lot from staff about what Joe's injuries were and the response that was taken, but today was focused way more on the dynamics between the 2 boys as well as their respective friend groups. For instance, after multiple graphic crime scene photos were shown, we learned from a Belton PD detective's testimony that he had obtained a video taken inside the bathroom by one of Joe's friends. His friend admitted Ramirez liked to have his fights recorded, but that he deleted the video because he was, quote, scared of what happened. The video shows Ramirez punching Allison, and Allison swinging back, a knife in his right hand. Allison is later cornered, and a scream can be heard coming from Ramirez. We're also learning more about what led to that May 3rd day. Multiple witnesses today shared that the tension between the 2 began at a prom after party at Allison's girlfriend's house, and that plans to fight after school and off campus were in place. Allison's friends testified that he had told her about the plans, but, quote, he didn't want to fight. He wanted to graduate. We ran out of time during the testimony of one of the boys who was in the bathroom, but he's set to return tomorrow when the trial returns at 9 a.m. To read more about what the witnesses testified today, go to kcentv.com.
All right, so check this out. I don't know if y'all heard this, but they said that Ramirez asked one of his friends to record the fight because he liked to have all of his fights recorded. They said Ramirez wanted one of his friends to record the fight because he liked to have all of his fights recorded. This don't sound like a brother was that good of a person that y'all trying to paint him out to be. Didn't you say they jumped Caysen? They, plural? That's self-defense. That's the difference in involuntary and premeditation. Well, from what the lady just now said, Ramirez got into the process of whooping ass the same way he do. This is what he does. He whoops tail and he takes names. And Caysen wasn't about that life. He was a punk. He was a female dog in the way that he handled it. And he immediately pulled out a weapon and started swinging because he couldn't handle getting his ass whooped. He's a sucker, just like Carmelo Anthony. A sucker. If you want to say what's the same and what's not, that's definitely a coincidence. That's something that's similar, for sure. They both were afraid to take an ass whooping. Different crimes mean different times. 2 years is nuts, though. The system needs to be fixed. R. Kelly and Tory Lanez are in jail when killers are not. Please say that to the people in the back who are always crying about something being fair and something not being fair. If you're one of those individuals out there who's saying that, well, if such and such get this, then you know what it is. No, you don't. You got people who have done real time and haven't harmed a hair on anybody's daggone body. Or you talk about Tory Lanez, who shot a girl in her baby toe, and that's the story, that he shot her in the baby toe. But there's also stories of somebody else who did the shooting inside the car. But they're going on, they all came together and said, no, he did it. And this person then got more time than what they're giving to Caysen. You unalive somebody in a fight and you brought a knife inside of a bathroom. Where else you get that knife? You brought a knife onto school grounds. Bringing a knife onto school grounds is 2 years. Inside of a school is 2 years. But to compare these situations and try to act like you know what the hell you're talking about, you're foolish. You're idiotic. You're slow. You're slow. You're something's wrong with you. You're insane in the membrane. But go ahead and act like you know every damn thing. Y'all don't know everything. But feel free to act like you know everything. You're hard-headed. You're hard-headed. King Mike. And also Abe and Gina, thank you so much for super chat. Penny, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Chris, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Mr. Ghost, thank you. You don't get it. And I'm tired of wasting energy on you sellouts. But like I said yesterday, all of you are being exposed. As I said yesterday, pull up, man. Let's talk. Pull up. Let's talk about being a sellout. I would love to have that conversation with you. I don't type a whole lot. That's not what I do at all. But I would love for you to pull up and cam up. I know that you got your own channel, bro. I don't know why you're afraid to cam up. That's just ridiculous. Pull up. Let's talk. We ain't got to argue, but let's pull up. I would love to have this conversation with you. I would like to talk about the selling out thing. I would like to talk about being exposed. Let's wrap. If you're here, let me know. Put your hand up, put a 100 up, and I will give you the link and you can pull up. Let's have an actual conversation. That's what men do, right? That's something that these two young guys were incapable of doing because they weren't men. They were just little boys. They were just little boys. They were incapable of having a conversation. You and I, though, we're very much capable of having a conversation. You're saying I don't get it. No, I don't get you. I get it. Far more intelligent than you give me credit. I'm not the most smart guy in the world or in the room. Never claimed to be. But your position is kind of childish. But I would love to have a conversation with you about it. And if you don't want that, cool. This dude just drop and listen. And if it's anybody else out there who think differently or think I'm a sellout or want to correct me, put your hand up. Let me pull you up here and we can have a conversation right quick. But if you're not really about that, then have a Coke and a smile and STFU. Let me guess. Once you sent that super chat, you disappeared? Once you sent that super chat, did you go brush your hair so you can look right on camera? What you doing? You pulling up or what? Sergeant Sweet Tea, off topic. But I just want to make one last donation for them Laker boards. Man, go ahead, Sergeant Sweet Tea, man. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. We already know that the Lakers, they sucked all season and nobody expected for them to win the chip. No one. Because we understand it is a team sport. It's a team sport, man. That's how this go. And LeBron just, oh my God, man. I understand. Last night when I was watching the Lakers play, bro, I understood 1000% why Kobe fans do not like LeBron. I'm just going to say that. I understood 1000% why Kobe fans did not like LeBron, do not like LeBron. Hey, is King Mike still here? Bruh, you have an opportunity to school people. As a matter of fact, you have an opportunity to school me, and just let me know what it is. But you opt out, man. That's some sucker shit. That makes you what's the P word for is another word for a cat? That's what that makes you, bro. I'm just gonna say this one time, man. Y'all, you don't get it. You a sellout, and all of y'all about to be exposed. Man, what the hell does that mean, bro? You voted for Trump. In the eyes of most black people, you a sellout. You do know that, right? Now, that will make you, I guess, a conservative man, or at least somebody who's a thinking man on some level, because you voted for the best person to win. But still does not negate the fact that you can go into those rooms of other black people who voted for Kamala and say, guys, I voted for Trump, but I'm on Carmelo Anthony's side, so I'm with y'all. I'm not a sellout. Let me in the club. Come on, guys, let me in the club. They're gonna be like, nah, you voted for Trump. So now you're trying to create your own little pocket, your own little group of individuals who voted for Trump, but are also Democrats in the heart who just, I guess, always caping for anything black. Is that what you do? Even still, bro, you're a sucker for not pulling up and saying what you have to say. And anybody that also, if you got something to say, opposite of what I'm saying, pull up. You can come on this joint and crush me in front of my audience. You can come on this joint and destroy me obliterate me in front of my audience, shut me down, shut me up in front of my audience. King Mike. And the only reason why you get this energy from me, and hopefully you're still here, but you probably looking at your keyboard and like, man, I want to accept this. So I want to accept this so bad because this guy just don't know. Let me tell you something, bro. I do know. I'm like this in real life. In real life, man. I'm like this in real life, man. I don't duck smoke at all. Not verbally, not physically, none. I would love to have a conversation with you. But one thing I don't want you doing is throwing out little sayings. I mean, little things like, oh, he a sellout. Bro, that's not even the real damn term. That's stupid. That's idiotic speak. To say that somebody is a sellout, what are they selling out? Who are they selling out? Are they one of the people who snitching on, ooh, hey, boss, all the slaves, they ran over there, boss. Is that what you're saying? You're a clown, bro. You're a clown. As a matter of fact, I want y'all to go ahead and check out his YouTube channel. I want y'all to click on his name, go check out his YouTube channel, and I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about it. Give me y'all points. I mean, let me know what y'all think. He goes live every single day on his channel. But you hang out in the chat and you thumb thug. But then when you're asked to pull up, like, nope, I'm gone. Or he's a wrestling fan. Okay, so you love wrestling. Who's your favorite wrestler? Your favorite sport is men in tights slamming each other and sweating all over each other, jumping off the top of the ring and smacking each other in the head with ladders and chairs. That's what you like to do? I'm not judging you. My son used to be big into wrestling. I used to take him to go see the wrestler at the Capital One, the Verizon Center. They didn't change the name a couple of times. That's the same arena where the Washington Wizards play because I'm from DC. So my son was into wrestling too. So y'all got something in common. You're also a black man. You got that in common as well. You got children, right? Do you have a wife? Maybe. Suck ass nigga. All right, that's all I gotta say. If I'm a sellout, you a suck ass nigga. And I would love for you to pull up and say, no, I'm not. You a sucker ass nigga. And then we can go back and forth. We could talk. But until then, you can keep your punk ass $5. Don't send me another super chat. And I ain't reading no more of your messages. Because you acting like the bitch that I said Carmelo Anthony is. I meant it. I'll say it to your face. And if you want to pull up and have this conversation, let's go. Other than that, do not send me any more super chats so I can see your little suck ass messages. Because you acting like a bitch. Moving on. All right. Excuse my French, guys. I can be a bilingual Christian sometimes. All right. That is my show for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I had so much fun. And maybe King Mike will make an appearance one day. Maybe he won't. But until then, we're going to continue to do our thing. And make sure y'all go over to King Mike's channel and show him some love. Send him some super chats while he's talking about wrestlers. While he's over there playing with his stick figures. This dude is on his damn channel live streaming playing with wrestlers. He jumps off the top of the ring. He got him down. 1, 2. He's almost about to do. And then 3. Oh, he kicked out his out. The crowd goes wild. The crowd goes wild. That's what you do on your channel, and you call me a goddamn sellout, man. I will roast the hell out your sucker ass, man. Don't ever come for me like that, man. You what? You over there playing with action figures, nigga. And you call me a sellout. He's over there playing with action figures. Probably got a couple of Barbie dolls in there too. Walking around holding signs. Round number 2. Round number 2. That's probably why you voted for Trump, because he started out in WWE and WWF. He's friends with the McMahons. That's probably why you voted for him. You didn't vote for him because he would make a great president. You didn't vote for him for that. You didn't vote for him to clean up this country. You voted for him because he's friends with Vince McMahon and you're a huge wrestling fan. Nigga, you want some free tickets. That's the only reason why you became MAGA. You mess with the wrong one, bro. You're not even, let me tell you something. You say, when people say that I'm a sellout, I think it's laughable. But I love to have the conversation. And obviously you triggered me. You can see that you triggered me, right? You can see that you triggered me. But go ahead and take your little action figures and get the hell out of my face. Or pull up and we can have a conversation. I would love to do it. Or we can wrestle. I put on some tights. You put on some tights. Rub ourselves down with some Diddy baby oil and get in the ring and wrestle like you like to do. Van and Mike come. Let me see. Van said, Mike, come for me because I'm sending for you. Nah, Mike is on his channel right now with his Diddy oils, about to do a video on wrestlers, on his favorite wrestler. Which wrestler got, which one you giving wrestler of the week? Suck ass. Come on, you a sellout. And you know what? I see your minions that left with you, because there was a few other people who were here too who was talking just like you. I ain't even gonna mention their names, but a few of his minions were here too. He was like, come on, gang, we out. And they just start snapping and walked out like one of them 80s movies. Y'all just start snapping and walking around. Y'all pop y'all collar like y'all Thunderbirds, 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 Thunderbirds. That's probably the name of your wrestling group. The Thunderbirds, we cool. The Thunderbirds, we cool. Suck ass nigga. Don't play with me, man. Y'all saw him? It was a few of them. Blue Grease Lightning. That's his crew. His crew is the blue grease lightnings, the grease lightnings, the lukewarm lightnings. Why did you vote for Trump, though? I want to know that. That's my question for you. That's actually one of the only reasons why I want to have a conversation with you, because I want to see why you voted for Trump, because you clearly don't have, it's something don't sit right with me about that. I don't think you voted for Trump. I think you voted for Kamala and you're trying to save face and act like you voted for Trump. You're trying to act like you voted for a man. I think you voted for Kamala because you're buying the fact that she's black and you feel buyer's. Maybe you did vote for Trump and you have buyer's remorse because you're too close to other black people that continue to tell you about their woes and you want to appease them. And now you're trying to make it up to them by sticking up for Carmelo Anthony. All right, man. Sorry to get like this with you guys. Today I really enjoyed the live stream. I had fun. Hopefully you guys did too. And if I said anything that rubbed you the wrong way, charge that to my mind and not my heart. Penny, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. For everybody who submitted the super chat, even King's Mike's World. King Mike, I appreciate your $5, bro. Do you got an okay? I want you to tell your son this story. King Mike, I want you to tell your son this story. I want you to say, son, there's this brother that got his own YouTube channel, and you know what I did? And he gonna say, Daddy, what you do, Daddy? What you do? You're gonna say, I sent him $10 just to hate on him. I'm the man. I sent him $5 just to hate on him. And then I sent him another $5 just to hate on him. I'm the man. That's you. Tell your son that story of how you sent somebody a super chat just so they can see your comment and you can hate on them. Yeah, I did that, son. That's me. Yeah, your old man. Be just like me when you grow up. I ain't no sellout. But I did send $5 to the sellout. Twice. So you can see my message. Because I had something to say. And I realized that sometimes you got to pay to play. Hell out my face, man. You go talk to your daggone son, who more likely is going to grow up to be just like you. Which is cool. I'm glad that you're in this life. But I do want to have a conversation with you. Sometimes you mess with the wrong one. The same way, the reason why we're having this conversation in the first place, because some people mess with the wrong one. I want to hear more about it. And somebody said, let me see. Black Cloud, I want to hear more about what that disingenuous. I would love to hear more about that. But guys, thank y'all so much for pulling up. I really appreciate it. Y'all are absolutely dope, amazing. Y'all are the people that have saved the day. And hopefully y'all have a dope rest of your Thursday. It's the first of the month. Make sure you listen to some Bone Thugs and Harmony first of the month. And yeah. But Black Cloud, next time you pull up, I want to hear more about that disingenuous. All right. Or feel free to send me an email about that if you want. But I do want to hear more about that. All right. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. I'm gonna stop reading these daggone messages because sometimes people get me into a pocket that I'm very comfortable in. Here's the thing. Before we go, I want to say this. I have to say this. Sometimes you will see me get out of character and start to say certain things in a certain type of way. What I want y'all to know is that my out of character is actually a comfortable position for me. That by the grace of God, I have put away and moved on from. By the grace of God. Okay? So when you see me getting out of character, so to speak, just know that that's a part of Van that I'm not so proud of anymore. But I'm well versed in it. All right. It's like playing basketball for men who have played before, playing any sport if you're athletic, or for a woman who a woman that's good at women things. You know what I mean? I'm really good at just being that part. And yes, asking for fairness, Black Cloud, I understand. I ask for fairness too, but unfortunately, asking for fairness is not a thing. Fairness does not exist. You can ask for fairness all you want, but fairness is not a thing. And it blows my mind when I see an adult hoping to get some fairness, when I've been teaching my kids ever since they can listen to me. I got 4 who are now young adults, that life is not fair. Miss me with that fair stuff. So when I see adults wanting fairness, you might as well want a unicorn. Go get you a mermaid that's riding the back of a unicorn that's on a rainbow, holding balloons. Because fairness is not the thing. All right. Love y'all, man. Y'all have an amazing day, and I will see y'all on the next live stream. Peace. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from 0 to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.